Summer's here, and Nordstrom has everything you need for your best dress season ever. From beach days and weddings to weekend getaways and your everyday wardrobe. Discover stylish options under $100 from tons of your favorite brands like Mango, Skims, Princess Polly, and Madewell. It's easy too with free shipping and free returns, in-store order pickup, and more. Shop today in stores, online at Nordstrom.com, or download the Nordstrom app.
I think you're on mute.
Workday starting to sound the same?
I think you're on mute.
Find something that sounds better for your career on LinkedIn. With LinkedIn Job Collections, you can browse curated collections by relevant industries and benefits, like flex PTO or hybrid workplaces, so you can find the right job for you. Get started at linkedin.com/jobs. Finding where you fit. LinkedIn knows how.
This is Optimal Work Daily, the complete guide to self-publishing a book that doesn't suck, by Brandon Clements with goinswriter.com. In this age where you can pick yourself and build a platform in no time, this is the question we are all wondering. Can self-publishing actually be done well? Can you create a compelling book without going through the traditional gatekeepers? Yes, you can. Is it easy? No way. But you absolutely can self-publish a beautiful-looking book that people will read if you do it with the right help. Self-publishing has never been easier, and if you will resist the urge to cut corners and save a few bucks, you can create an excellent product you can be proud of for the rest of your life. Before we begin, first things first. Is self-publishing right for you? There are substantial benefits and hurdles to both traditional and indie publishing. Before you decide which route to go, be sure to weigh your options. If you do it yourself, you'll have total freedom, but you'll also have to front the costs. The plus side is you get to keep most of the revenues. And if you go with a publisher, you'll compromise some of that freedom, but you'll get a lot of professional help. The downside is you share the profits with the publisher. My decision was fairly easy because my novel fell in the current no man's land of being too edgy for Christian publishers and too Christian for mainstream publishers. My only options were to change things about my book that I didn't want to, or self-publish. So I went to work. If you decide that indie publishing is right for you, here's my advice in 6 steps. 1. Write the best book you can write. I worked on my book for 6 years, and I'm glad I didn't hit the publish button sooner. Just because it's easier than ever to self-publish doesn't mean you should do it too soon. In fact, the ease should make you extra cautious to wait until the right time. Writing a book is like having a baby. Once it's birthed into the world, there's nothing you can do to take it back. 2. Hire the best freelance editor you can find. I know, you'll want to skip this step. You're a better writer than the person I'm talking to. I would faint at your staggering literary genius. I know. I hate to bust the Pulitzer Prize daydream I just sent you into, but come back to reality for a second. The harsh truth is this. You're probably not as good of a writer as you think. I certainly wasn't. Stay with me now. I'm not saying you're not a great writer. I'm sure you are. I'm saying you could be a much better writer, and that your book will be a much better book with the help of a completely unbiased, knowledgeable, and sometimes vicious, cold-hearted editor to rip your ruinous phrases, ideas, and cliches from you. So, unless you're the next J.D. Salinger or have a very generous, talented, and experienced friend, please don't skip this step. Trust me, you'll thank me later. I found my editor, Andy Meisenheimer, through the editorial department. I am genuinely embarrassed to imagine what my book would have been without his help. Be warned, there are as many predators out there as there are good editors, so do your homework and check references. 3. Hire a good designer. Do you know why self-publishing has gotten such a bad rap? Because people do shoddy work, both in writing and design. Don't let your cousin design a cover for you that looks like clip art. Make no mistake, people will judge your book by its cover, whether you like it or not. If your work doesn't look professional, no one will take it seriously. If you need help, follow thebookdesigner.com. I learned half of what I know about indie publishing from this guy. Dig through his site and you'll be well on your way. 4. Decide, will you go print, digital, or both? I suggest both. Of course, only doing an ebook is about 20 times easier and cheaper. If you do go the digital route, you should pay a professional to do the ebook formatting for you. Plus, there are a ton of people and companies online that do it. Uploading ebooks to major retailers is way easier than you might think. For print, I recommend CreateSpace. I used to recommend Lightning Source, now Ingram Spark, over CreateSpace, but in the past few years, CreateSpace has made large strides. Their print quality is essentially indistinguishable from a traditional publisher now, and they are beyond easy to work with. The same can't be said of Lightning Source. CreateSpace also has incredible customer service. You can get them to call you immediately at any time, day or night. Either is a good choice, and both will get you automatic print-on-demand distribution through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. A third alternative. You might want to look into other subsidy or hybrid publishers who do some of the work for you for a hefty fee, but I would be careful. There are a few subsidy publishers out there that seem good. I almost went with one before deciding to do it on my own. However, ultimately what swayed me from doing so was their less than positive reputation and cost. Moreover, any promises of getting your book into brick-and-mortar stores are very unlikely with these types of publishers. And why pay them to do something you could do yourself, if you're willing to learn? 5. Make it easy to find you and your book. There are millions of books out there, and more self-published ones hitting the market every day. How will yours stand out? You'll need some marketing assets. Here are a few I used for my book. Book website, personal blog, personal Twitter handle, book Facebook page. With so much noise, you'll want to show people that you're serious about your writing. Going the extra mile of creating some of these properties online will make you look more professional than the competition. And 6, sit back and enjoy the fruit of your labor. For a day, maybe a week if you're as tired as I was. And then you've got to figure out how to promote the thing. And after that, you start all over with your next book. Like I said, it requires blood, sweat, and tears, but you can do it. And if you do it right, you'll be pleased at the end. There's no thrill like holding your own hard-earned work in your hands. You can start publishing your work today, and maybe that dream of a Pulitzer isn't as far off as you thought. You just listened to the post titled The Complete Guide to Self-Publishing a Book That Doesn't Suck by Brandon Clements with GoinsWriter.com. What does it take to lead like a superhero? Find out on the Superhero Leadership Podcast, hosted by Marvel's former CEO and legendary turnaround expert, Peter Cuneo. Each week, Peter is joined by top performers from business, media, and beyond, leaders who have mastered the art of impact, resilience, and vision. Together, they explore Peter's 32 leadership essentials, revealing what it really takes to rise, inspire, and lead with purpose. Check out the episode with Michael Fabiano, president of ESG News, who offers candid insights on how leaders can run towards challenges and drive innovation in resistant cultures, embrace lifelong learning to stay ahead of disruption, and create environments where bold ideas thrive. If you want to level up your leadership, this is your blueprint. Search Superhero Leadership wherever you get podcasts.
With a Venmo debit card, you can Venmo more than just your friends. You can use your balance in so many ways. You can Venmo everything. Need gas? You can Venmo this. How about snacks? You can Venmo that. Your favorite band's merch? You can Venmo this. Or their next show? You can Venmo that. Visit Venmo.me/debit to learn more.
You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo.
The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Card may be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted. Venmo purchase restrictions apply.
And thank you to Jeff for giving us permission to narrate from his blog. You can come to his site, which I have linked in this episode's description and at oldpodcast.com. Jeff is a super popular writer. He's the best-selling author of 5 books, including The Art of Work and Real Artists Don't Starve. On his site, you can hear his thoughts on writing, life, and creative work, so you'll hear him narrated across a few of our shows. If you're looking to share your work, but you're afraid of becoming the starving artist, his site is for you. Lots of great advice there. So come check it out at GoinsWriter.com. That's GOINS writer.com. Thanks again to Jeff for letting us share his stuff. But that's going to do it for the Monday episode. Hope your week is off to a great start, and I'll be back with you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.